Really, that's not that far.
There you go.
All right, call this Conservation Commission meeting to order. It is October 10th, the hybrid meeting, the participants video, the audio.
No.
Well, as person. So we'll take the roll call first, but as always, please, speak over one another and wait. Turn of it. Wins. All right, morning, you got,
Yeah, I'm getting on the membership. Hold on one second. Okay. Michael Di Lorenzo,
present.
Tom Heisler, Guy Hoffman,
Present.
Carl Lewis,
Here.
Karen Pagliaro, Mary Catherine LaRose,
Here.
and Robert Ramsey. Okay.
Okay, so, thank you, William. First thing is, last month minutes.
I have a comment on the minutes, sir. You can move them first, or,
No.
under commission business. Number I. The third paragraph, it says, in absence of Conservation Commission's attendance, Commissioner Lewis, et cetera, I would like to suggest that we substitute the following. While Commissioner Lewis regrets that a representative, and I'll give this to you. While Commissioner Lewis regrets that a representative of the Conservation Commission was not on the committee that helped to draft the plan, he fully supports Guy Hoffman as our representative.
And actually, I should have thought that in reviewing minutes, but we did talk about that.
Yeah,
So it's like that, yep. Thank you.
so I didn't want it to seem like,
No, that's, it's actually what we said.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I did not, I don't think I even approved these minutes, so thank you for catching that.
Okay, good catch. Anything else? By the way, it was unanimous.
yeah, be careful what you ask for,
I'd better show up.
or there'll be something else for next month.
And Mary Catherine, is the R in LaRose capitalized or
Yes.
small? Okay, so that's the paragraph before that. Marla,
Wait, it's capitalized? In the R in the road, yeah. Oh, that's okay.
Then I'll move acceptance with that, those changes.
Second.
All in favor, accepting minutes as modified?
I,
I.
I
I abstained. Now, I here.
think we really got the definition of the fact and that is, you can vote on minutes. At a meeting,
You can't.
you should not.
Yeah.
No.
no?
Not if you weren't there, because you can't reflect that, and you can't confirm that it's an accurate representation of the meeting.
So really, can they pass? I don't know.
So I'm actually not seeing on here that the attendance is on here, so that should be added as well to the minutes.
No, they're here.
They are aware. Oh, I'm actually on the agenda, not on the minutes.
we have to move to table that.
Hello,
Table that for next-
All right, I moved to table that with the follow, with the.
well, actually, no, 3 of the 4 people that were at the meeting are
So you
here,
can use that as a forum?
yes.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, wonderful.
I just had another commission, I think I had to approve them with 2 people. Because only 2 of the people are still active that were there.
Cool. All right, word.
No, I mean, look, all this time, I finally learned something.
We're all new at this.
The simple majority of those that were there that are here, or a quorum, whichever.
Thank you. So move. Okay, so Maureen, something that needs to be added to the agenda here?
I'll actually just put it under trails and open space, so
Okay.
it'll fit there.
Good.
That's fine.
All right, so, So that's meetings for the POCD implementation committee?
So they, that you did at the last month meeting, that'll be brought to the town council for their October 24th meeting will be the nominations. I'm not sure whether we discussed this because your meeting was early in the month, I think, before we fully vetted all the things about the implementation committee, but it does need minority representation on the implementation committee. So once the town council, once we have all the nominations together, we're gonna figure out to make sure that the minority nominations are, yeah, all committees and commissions need to have, as far as I understand.
But what does that mean?
It means you can't be, super weighted and as well, for instance, we're Republican,
Right.
controlled right now. It couldn't be completely controlled or, whatever.
Republican.
You have to have that mix, just like the Conservation Commission has to have a mix.
What
Uh,
we all do.
Also, I'd like to
Yes.
nominate Karen instead of myself.
So,
No, I'm just joking.
So-
Well,
so we'll find out, once we get to that bridge, again, from the commissions I deal with, I have several nominations that are Republican, but some too that are unaffiliated. So, it may balance itself out by the time they all come through.
Do you know in advance, we could do like a 4, 1, 3 of another, we know what the next person has to be.
So so that'll be what but each each board or commission is nominating somebody. Until they nominate them, we won't know whether they have the right mix or not.
Okay.
Because you can't say this board has to nominate someone who's from one party and the other board from another party. That's not fair. So it'll balance out.
Does it have to be somewhat, balanced representation, male, female, or just Republican?
I believe
Democrat,
it's
or
just Republican, Democrat,
and
that-
independent?
yeah. Or it's actually just Republican, Democrat. I think most commissions are written that way.
Uh-huh.
For instance, let's see. On the updated membership here, so for a conservation commission consists of 7 regular members, no more than 4 of whom shall be of the same political party. So that's probably exactly, it'll be something like that, except it's a 9-member
Mm, okay.
committee. So it'll be something like that.
You're lucky we can get in Frank from me.
Okay, so if we're gonna follow an order, do you wanna go to, trails and open space?
So what I have for that is, and I was just trying to pull up Jim's email, and I'm sorry, I've been considerably out of the office the last week, so. I'm a grandma, but everybody, not that,
Is it a boy or girl?
a boy, Theodore. So, yeah, our first grandchild. So this is.
But this is the important stuff. really.
This is the important stuff, right? And then I had the planners convention, conference that was at the end of last week, so I've just been whirlwinding through. So this is for 824 that's going to the Planning and Zoning Commission this Thursday night. It went to town council, referred it to planning and zoning at their meeting last week, or the last meeting they had. It's for a trail that goes behind the firehouse on Farmington Avenue and the Newport property. I think these are the same map. I got 2 of them. One said it was updated. I didn't look, but you can barely see it. I'll pass it around. But there's a green trail with numbers on it, and you can see the way the trail goes to the river that's behind Newport Center, AKA the old Tyvek building. And just making sure that the commission has no comments with regard to it, that
Mhm.
for the Planning and Zoning Commission's consideration of that trail. It will be part of the grant, that application.
No, I just, this is. So this is behind the firehouse and goes behind where Provision Coffee is? That
Um,
building?
Yeah.
Is that Newport?
And
Yes.
also also will reach out to almost where Fort Rod Road, you know, that little stub at the end of Fort Rod Road that nobody ever goes down, there's that silly stop sign.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
there, you see,
Oh,
so
okay.
there's nothing that would be negative about it. In fact, I've walked this recently. Aesthetically, it's not too special, but it's okay. And there's no reason we shouldn't.
Right.
I mean, if we're all about utilizing pieces of open space.
Well, you know what, I think when, at one point, with that building, that we brought up about having some open space in the back.
Yeah.
As part of that, I mean, with.
Yeah, and I think
more
Mr. Mahoney-
sense than where they had it before or whatever, and so.
And Mr. Mahoney has talked in the past about connecting that piece with some other pieces, so there's nothing that here, I think that we should, I would say that the commission should comment, you know, was supportive. But
So I have pulled it up on the screen for anyone who might watch this as well, and I'll just move to it. It goes along with the community challenge grant that the town is applied for as well, which is for properties all in that downtown area and some connectivity, the program at the, on Main Street that's in Old Y that has to do with schools, sidewalks, a number of items that are all with the community challenge grant.
So I know this project was, that plan was a long time ago, but before maybe the zoning change, but anyway, we get the developers, to put signs in there.
So the signs for conservation area or indoor trails, I'm encouraging those go everywhere we now.
Right, but they
Um,
don't have to, so it would be more of an ask, right? Carl, does it need a bridge there then?
No, nothing there needs a-
Parking?
nothing, I don't believe.
See that little spur?
Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure, actually. I am not sure.
Where's that? Is that?
Let me see if I
That's
can-
all.
I'm gonna blow it up just a little bit more. Does that help at all?
There may be something there too already, see?
Yeah.
There may be a culvert there already. I don't know though, to be honest with you guys.
And
No,
where is
that
where
was
is
the only thing that stuck out to me, but.
Yeah, no, it's wet back there, there's no doubt, but
Yeah.
And again, this is not gonna be anybody's, you know, it's not gonna be Ragged Mountain out there, but.
So,
Lunch break or whatever.
Yeah, walk the dog.
And-
You're working,
You gotta
you're
park
working
it.
down there and you want to take a walk.
Sure.
Okay, so Maureen, we need to think of something because of the apartments.
mhm.
We need the dog sign there. That will be a. Dog walking.
Okay, I would suggest that the commission try to keep that on our radar for when we get in an application for that property as well, because we are expecting a second application. Let me just go back to this map. An application for, another building on that Newport site. So they do have the upstairs apartments in the existing building. We're expecting an application for a building of units back here.
Definitely.
So I just, I marked it for this, but I would suggest that be, we all try to keep it on our radar. Hopefully it'll be on our. Again, the 824 requested see Newport Kensington Fire Department and the Land Trust improve access and create trails at the rear of 848 Farmington Avenue, including building a bridge over the swale at the rear of 848 parking area. Require easements from the property owners, blah, blah, blah. Bridge and trail work should be about $50,000. The plan for the trail network was what I just showed you with a footpath, concept walking and footpath system.
I'd like to move the Conservation Commission support that item.
comments. Warren, I just have one more comment. Even though it's commercial property owners that have bought it, I think it would be good when we're talking about size, along with the parking area and that butts, the back there, to have the town open space. Because, like a storage area for stuff, wow.
Mhm.
All in favor of? Support of that trail?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Who seconded it?
Thanks, Mike.
I don't have anything for the community garden. They'll be wrapping up and cleaning up before for the 1st of November, or the first weekend of November. I do. I haven't had the opportunity to get hold of her.
Well, all right, so let's keep on our agenda for next March or when April, we're talking about signing up for the news.
Or maybe she'll come in November. We can perhaps ask her to come.
Give us a report.
Did you want her to come to the meeting?
Sure.
Why not?
I want to hear what she has to say.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. All wrapped up nicely. I'm sorry, she
Hey, application comments, subdivision, Savage Hill.
so that
Uh,
is one of those. Are you pulling it out for us? So I make
Middletown Road, Brunswick Street. Oh, yeah. God, you're telling me you want me to stop, okay? I know what you're saying. So reviews, Mill Street. Savage Hill.
So there was a free split that created lot 1A. Which is a brand new house that was put. Do you have the street number there? 65, okay. And now this is for a second lot. On the other end,
Other end?
towards Mill Street.
is that on the corner with that new house is, or?
So not too, yeah, there's a new house right here on Savage Hill.
Oh, okay.
And then this is to split this long lot.
Yeah, this is coming down here. right?
You're
So
coming
Mill Street's
from
going-
Berlin
yeah,
this
it's the
way,
diner.
now you're going out
Diner's
towards
right
East
there.
Berlin.
So it's just to split that up into two?
Yes,
That big one.
I don't know that, we haven't done a zoning analysis on it yet, but it appears, cursory review. What we were holding it up a little bit, not really holding it up, but hesitation, with the building square, which has been an issue, but the Planning and Zoning Commission made an interpretation of that and has asked for a text amendment with relation to building square, so it should meet that. It should meet the zoning criteria as far as I can tell, like I said, at the counter when he dropped it off. But I haven't done a thorough review yet. So it's this lot, if I go back to the other layers. I'm not familiar with anything that would have been let's see. There it is. As far as the GIS goes, we don't have any wetlands in the area. We don't have flooding in the, flood zone in the area. So It will be a narrow lot.
That backs on that little, thing, what do they call that there? We approved that years ago. Know what I'm talking about, guy, that cul-de-sac?
Oh, yeah.
Forget it.
Pepin.
Pepin Lane, yeah.
It goes, that's quite a ways away. Like, there's a lot of parcels between
Yeah,
it.
there's Pepin
That's
Lane right
over
so,
here, yeah,
Pepin Lane, I think, yeah. but
Yeah,
I
and
don't
this
think there's
is-
anything-
over here, so.
Crazy, though. They should do a new house on Mill Street, right?
On Mill Street over here,
Milltown Road?
I think it's
That's
this one.
low, that's
Yeah.
low right there.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a free split as well.
Uh,
These
Yeah.
two lots were created, as, I believe that was a free split as well. Just-
Okay, listen.
The lot was never split before, so you can divide it into two. But, and like I said, this one is the next one. They did one. They did this one.
Yeah.
And this is.
Okay.
Now they're looking
residential?
at one, another single family house. Is what he's proposing.
I have no comment.
So, the big one, boy, I wrote.
And then High Road, did we do that one last month? I
No.
thought you did. Okay. I guess I was gonna bring it and then said it wouldn't be on yet, so made sense not to.
This is across from the horse. track. We're across from the stone church, the stone house, I should say.
So you have the house on the left, on the east side, west side of the street that's got some historic designation to it. I think a conservation easement or something that goes with a portion of the property that's over here. This property that's on the east side of High Road goes all the way out to Glen Street. It has a water course in the back. What they're talking about is dedicating open space to this whole area that's, as the hill goes down towards the,
Does that do anything
the
for us in
street.
terms, does that do anything for us? Can we put a trail through there, or is that just that they're gonna, I'm familiar with the, for example, this. Is that,
Yep.
I wanna see where,
It was a paper road, off of the island.
so here's where it is, right?
So-
So see Sheldon? So this used to be, a town thoroughfare. See Sheldon? As runs right by behind the white church, all the way up to High Road. That was Sheldon Street or whatever it was called at the time,
Wow.
until the hurricane of 38. There's still a bridge over the Mattabesset River. It's not, you can't take a vehicle over it, but this is, what's that? Oh, yeah. So this right here, this is a great historical, interest.
What are you talking, where? I'm sorry.
The Mattabesset River in this area, and there was also I don't know this to be the case, but Sheldon Street I know this to be the case, Sheldon Street used to run up the High Road before 1938. And, so I just want,
So it crossed Glen Street and
You can
kept
still
going
see it.
through.
you can still see the two.
Yeah.
And, I think it's been abandoned by the town.
But that's the road that I'm thinking of that I call it a paper road. It was a road on paper. And it came from High Road and that section abuts where the cow farm used to be.
No, so
Yeah,
this
so
is Sheldon.
It was actually a real road.
Yeah, I
Before
know.
Glen
I
Street,
actually, when
and I
first
think
moved
he's
to town,
talking
we used
here.
to walk that.
Yes, of course, that's Sheldon
And you
Street
could
used to run
see
here,
where
and
it
you can
had
even
formerly
see,
been a road.
the Mattabesset River, is in here somewhere, I'm sorry, and,
There,
there's a
right
bridge.
here.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Sheldon.
No, there was a bridge.
This is
There
Sheldon
is,
Street.
there is a bridge
Yeah.
there to this day.
Mm.
And this road, you can still follow this road. Here.
Huh.
This is the Mattabesset River, wanders around here. Anyway, so my question would be, if this is developed, first of all, Guy, you know what I mean? What's it looking like on the slope down to the river? Because that's all wet back there. And the second thing is there an opportunity for us to leverage some of that into passive recreation? I don't know.
That's it, that's the well.
Well, for the good of the
So you're
GIS.
talking about
It is
houses,
mapped on here.
Mr. Gravel. So you're gonna do houses right one,
A true upper and wet.
Are they gonna go strictly along the high.
So
road?
the 11 lots are, proposed to be right along High Road.
They're not gonna
with
be going in and
the
doing
one-
cul-de-sacs anymore?
The
like-
one lot is down a little bit and then have the rest of it dedicated open space. How many, you see the acreage on the open space?
All the lots gonna have their own road cuts.
Yeah, all driveways onto High.
Oh,
One
This
does
is an
have the-
existing little gravel road that they have here. Are these,
Like the existing.
is it topography lines here, dude?
Yeah, sometimes we show them as the change.
So the pale should be the old
Right.
elevation, these dark lines should be the new grading.
So where's the open space? This is the, that is the open space, and so these are the open space.
And the lots of road back.
Okay, this one goes all over there. Who does that money?
Well, that's what confuses me a little bit
How
here.
many lots
Do they
are
have
there?
the
11.
two properties then?
So what this is, so guys, see this right here?
But
See this right here? This says existing gravel.
Right.
That's.
yeah,
this
it's
right
here,
here.
right there.
It's the-
Yes.
it's the-
My point is.
This
so
right
it's
here,
actually
right?
Got two properties there.
Yeah, I
They're
believe
gonna
it's
develop
this property.
one, and then this one is gonna be the
I
open
think it's
space.
both of those.
Right next to the-
Well,
from what
it's
it
not
looks like.
really,
It's not really divided down.
it's not, yeah, it's not clean on that division. I'm actually, does it? Oh, I'm sorry. It was weeks ago that they met with me on this, if not months.
So I don't know what. That's not the proposed open space.
This is.
No, the back is along
Just
the
that.
river.
So that's that second property.
And
Which is, the second property is, it looks like,
Go back to the,
portion of it or whatever. 'Cause
no, it actually doesn't include that property, according to this.
it's only the front piece.
It's only the fronting piece.
Oh, I think we're talking about two different things. So let's be very clear.
This
what we're talking
property, the rivers must be in there
The right river's on there.
and here.
Yeah.
So are we talking about just develop,
We're talking about developing this, and then we have all of this reserved, or?
No, I don't think it goes that far down. This, I don't believe is part of it. I think it's this. 10.26
but that's along High Road.
acres. And then it goes out to Glen Street here. This is where it goes out to Glen Street.
Right,
reverse.
but the yellow that you have right there is what they're gonna be building the houses on, no?
I believe so.
This is 50 feet.
Total.
And
We have that one. I was doing that reserve.
I don't even know what that means.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Into the river.
Yeah.
Is that something that's maintainable or is it?
10.77 total acres, so that's 10.26, when they surveyed, they found 10.77.
Reverse berm.
The lots will take up 6.44 acres, the open space 4.19 acres.
So, Carl, your question is, but it, as a practical matter, what is there? Trails or.
Well, no, actually, I have some other questions. I think I would defer to Guy on this one, but we're talking about something that descends to the Mattabesett River, right? So I see stuff on this, like, and I'm proposed reverse berm biofilter. You know, in terms of the planet conservation development, we try to stay within existing topography. And so I have a question about that. You know, in terms of so what's the effect there? And I defer to my colleague to that, but also, you know, like, what can we do No, I know it's desirable to have. Land that's contiguous to a river or a water course be. Forever free or whatever, but I just don't know what the implications of that are, you know. So those are my just quick, I haven't had the opportunity to look at this before.
Can you tell by where they're building the houses, does the slope start right there?
Again,
Yeah, I mean, and which way this.
that would be something for Guy to look at,
It's a down.
straight down, I mean,
Yeah.
it is.
So their backyards are essentially the slope? Yeah.
So, and think about, I'm sorry, Mary
No,
Catherine,
yeah, go
I
ahead. No,
apologize.
no, yeah.
Think about like, Robindale is almost like flush, I think, to the river. Or there's a little obviously down, so Robindale Drive between
Mhm.
Glen Street and Park Street. And I just wonder how much more precipitous this is between the proposed residences and the river, because it's higher, it's way higher, right, Guy?
Mhm.
That's up the hill,
Higher than Robin's.
it's way higher than that.
So what's, I wanted to say was whoever the developer was, maybe it's 15, 20 years ago, that bought the land from the guys who own the house. And then proceeded to bulldoze piles of dirt and whatever, and start to put in, like, it looked like, drainage, the storm drains and everything, and then abandon the project. How do you figure out topography when it's not the natural topography that was there before they ruined the land?
That's a good question.
So there, we
Yeah,
do
because they
have
talked about the piles
information
here.
that there was considerable amount of stuff moved around back there. There was an approval, probably around 20 or just over years ago. That was a development plan, and then there was another development plan that floated around. One had a road. One was a very modernistic kind of, development plan that, utilized the sun and had a
Zero
lot
impact
of
or something.
zero impact. It was very.
And then somebody busted one in over here too, I think, right? Busted in our road.
Yeah, the one with the road would have gone out. We have two different plans. I don't remember precisely which one, because when we were researching before they came in, which one was approved and which one was the other plan. But there were two different plans. One of them actually was
It was
approved. I've been
it was
discussing this plan, this parcel for probably 5 years.
Yeah, I believe it was the first one that they did all, because it had been approved.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they did all this, they had a van house, and it's, really a mess. I mean, the
Mhm.
whole
It's
piece of land is a mess.
So what they proposed,
ultimately, it's all gonna go to the back.
Is there any control of that? I mean, so is that what
It's
this
just
Yeah,
totally
well, I
pasture.
mean,
reverse
I guess for
berm?
us,
Are we
you
doing-
know, they show that they're gonna put silt fences in when they do this. I guess the big question is. That has to happen, and then. And then we need to ask or whatever that. About. The reason for this and what those are really expected to do. And they're right on the property.
what are you pointing to?
Next.
This is the, are you talking about
Open, yeah, which is gonna be the town. Open space.
And Guy, are you talking about, just for clarification, the proposed reverse berm
Yeah,
biofilter?
and
And
then,
the first, proposed energy level spreader?
yeah, there's a lot of stuff in it, and they're all right on what's gonna go to the town for open space, so is that taken care of? That all sounds like preventing, like, immense flows. Right.
And so my question, not only would my question be that as in its original version and how that looks and what it is, but after 2 years, as we've seen with retention ponds, who's responsible for maintaining that? Because a lot happens when stuff is, am I making any sense? I hope I am. I mean, like, what is I don't know what a perverse, sorry, prison, I know what that is. I know it when I see it.
Yeah.
Proposed reverse berm biofilter, but is that something that is zero maintenance and will just
Right.
live in perpetuity, or is it something that
Right,
we need to maintain, or?
and I would say that we would like to have a better idea about exactly what you're talking about because of the location.
Right.
Because if this goes through, this is the property line
Right.
for the open space. So
Right.
if those fail or,
And you got a water, even more important, you got a water course there, right?
right, you've got the town land and that's supposed to be the buffer for the
Right,
water.
right.
course. So, and we don't wanna have open space that's having flooding problems.
Or erosion problems.
Or erosion problems.
Right, I agree.
From the. But I think also, going back to like why it's putting it in there. So now that more, there's gonna be 11 houses worth of drainage going down to the river. Right?
And, I think it may help and it will give you a little bit of a sense of the, um, sloping, if I read their, narrative description, if that's okay.
Sure.
Deanna? Okay, the applicant is requesting approval to develop a proposed 11-lot residential subdivision along High Road. The site is 10.77 acres in size and abuts the Mattabesset River to the south. The property is R15. I'm making more succinct. Inland wetlands and FEMA flood hazard zone lie along the river, as well as Kensington Fire District trunk sewer that runs through the site. The site elevation drops approximately 40 feet in elevation from High Road to the river. The property was formerly used as a pasture. In 2001, Duval Builders submitted a 15-unit development on the site. This development featured large single-family ranch homes and a proposed road that cut through the site connecting both roads, meaning High Road and Glen Street. The development extended much further down the property slope towards the river. The project was approved by Inland Wetlands and Watercourse Commission and the Planning and Zoning Commission, and initial infrastructure work was started, but work was eventually abandoned with little to no cleanup of the disturbed site. The applicant's proposal is to develop 11 building lots along High Road being served by existing water and existing sanitary sewer left by the previous developer. Only a small length of sewer must be installed to serve the northerly 3 lots. The applicant is requesting 2 exceptions or waivers of the current subdivision requirements. The first waiver is to install sidewalk along the street frontages of High Road and Glen Street. The second waiver is to install underground utility connections for the proposed building lots. Large area of open space is proposed to be dedicated to the town of Berlin. The open space is to be located along the river and contain all of the inland wetlands and flood hazard area. The proposed open space is almost 40% of the overall property area.
Don't want to put in sidewalk. No, they're not planning to remediate the property first and then.
I think they've
Develop
started
here.
some, cleanup already. There's some, debris found.
Aerial, shall be graded, sorry, incorporated.
Well,
So for any subdivision, a dedication of open space or a fee in lieu of open space is required. And,
it's good to have the property.
so
It's good to have that open space.
It is, and so, and. you know,
I just think it needs to be protected. You gotta make sure that whatever they're putting in place, in particular, like those items
Yeah, the items that we discussed earlier, including the,
are adequate and effective for what they're trying to do. And that there's a bit of concern on our part because they're on the property. What will be the town of Berlin's property line? If they were to fail or not work as.
right, what's our recourse? Yeah, they don't, those are not maintained, correct?
Right, or if they don't work.
Right, okay, yeah, I agree with that. Because the topography that we've got is the topography we've got,
Yeah.
but we got one river going through
Right.
there. And I'm not trying to be too much of a tree hugger here. I think that people should be able to develop property as they can develop.
We're
it.
not
That's,
gonna be able to do anything that changes. if
stuff
there's-
starts coming
No,
down,
no.
which we, by the way,
Yeah.
I mean, and just,
We don't
let's
have a
face
way
it,
to
let's
protect
face
stuff.
it, I mean, if you have. How many ever lots here, you're gonna have, you are gonna have, fertilizer and other oxidants coming down into the water course, I mean, it's just what's happened. And it's not this developer's fault, I'm just saying, we've gotta make sure that we do our due diligence in terms of worrying about that, I think I said that.
Yeah, that's big of it.
Think I have
Worry, feed myself. Okay. Yeah,
Go get some sleep.
I'm getting a call from home.
Yeah,
Okay.
all right, if it makes you feel any better, you've made more sense than some of us who didn't wake up in Spain this morning.
Fine, yeah, it's only 1 o'clock. All right.
All right,
Thanks.
Oh,
Take care.
thank you, sir.
Lori, as with everything else, every other development,
Thank you.
yeah,
the boundary markers, right, are pretty
Mhm.
critical here because you can just see that every one of those backyards. are gonna be both.
Right up to that street. Yeah.
You look at this, here's that street.
so I had, I have, responsible maintenance be provided for, protections of the open space be adequate and effective. To make sure they are effectively installed and maintained.
Reverse firms and biomass, will they require maintenance? And then who's responsible?
And then, oh, well, and I think then after that guy said, and then,
Put them on the record to say, no, it won't be, or yes.
Yeah, well, okay, will they be? Alright,
Yeah, will they require
okay, I went affirmative that
reverse firm? and
will be.
biomass?
maintenance will be
Is that
required.
what it's called, biomass filter?
it's called, reverse berm / biofilter, and then,
Which is used.
and also proposed reverse berm, and then also with the, proposed energy level spreader, so, yeah, you know, out of an abundance of ignorance, I just wanna make sure that
That's a bill, that's.
What's the energy level?
It's just new drainage.
I mean, we spent a lot of time with this, and I think our,
Yeah.
Got it.
thank you.
I'll take that one back if you don't mind.
Would you like the other one too?
Yeah, did we already do that? Yeah, we did that one.
This is going to planning.
Cool. That's-
So then, wait 1 second, just, let's see, we did that one, you did that one. That one and that one, okay, I had,
Two.
yeah, on your list, but I went through the inbox on Friday, and on Saturday, actually, I stopped in to get my computer and I went through the inbox to make sure I had anything else come around, so I just wanted to make sure I didn't have one to add.
All right. I'll do the motion, I guess, if nobody else has any comments.
How much to adjourn? Yeah, thank you. Aye.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, can we stop recording so that?
Always